If I weren't wearing gloves, it'd have my fingerprints all over it.
How's it going, my evil residents? Today we're going to take a look at all of the melee weapons in Black Ops Cold War Zombies, and we're going to rank them from least epic and cool to most epic and cool because I feel like it. It took me 2 days to unlock a few of these melee weapons because I didn't have all of them, and I wanted to rank these because I had strong opinions about some of them, and after unlocking them, I have mildly strong opinions about the ones that I unlocked and the challenges to get them because some of them were a huge pain in the ass. Please leave a like for how much of a pain in the ass it was to unlock some of these weapons. And yeah, I do want to note before we start, I do in the charts for the weapons when I show their stats and stuff, I do show how to unlock them. Know that for every single weapon when it says to kill enemies, it means with a melee weapon. Every challenge you have to do it with a melee weapon. I didn't write it on the cards because it didn't fit in the little box that I made, but just know that off the top right here. I won't waste any more of your time. Let's get right into the video.
Have mercy.
God has mercy. I don't.
In last place, unfortunately, we have the Machete. The Machete is just, okay, all these weapons, except for one, do the same damage. This is probably the slowest swinging weapon. It's not satisfying to use, and it just feels a little jank. I don't know if it's because I suck at this game, which is kind of true, but it's just really jank to use in a way that none of the other melee weapons are, and it feels way slower. I don't think it is actually slower, but it feels way slower. It's a feel factor for this one. I don't know how to show it to you, because it looks like it's the same speed as all the other ones, but it just feels so slow and heavy to use. So it goes in last place. Yeah, it does the same damage as most of the other ones, but it's slow. It's annoying to use. The challenge to get it isn't super terrible, which I guess is good. And if you like machetes, I guess go for it. But yeah, Machete goes in last place at number 12. In 11th place, we have the Mace. The Mace it's just bland, okay? When I think of a Mace, I think of something a little more cool looking, a little more extravagant, like how the bundle one looks, the one that you have to pay for with money out of your pocket from your job or your mom's purse. It just looks lame. It's the same as the one above it, but it's just not as cool. So I don't have much to say about it. Its Pack-a-Punch name, though, I think it's really funny. Its Pack-a-Punch name is Crunch Time. I can't move on without mentioning the challenge killing 50 special enemies taunted by Frenzied Guard. Good fucking luck, dude. Good luck. This took me forever. I had to go play Firebase Z, yes, Firebase Z, and just farm mimics on the Easter egg step where they all spawn out of the lockers. That was the fastest way I found to do this. If you really want the Mace for some reason, go do that. That was the fastest way. You can also farm them in Outbreak if you want to play Outbreak. I know some people don't like Outbreak for some reason. You guys are lame. But yeah, the Mace is okay. It was a little disappointing for how hard the challenge was. And yeah, it goes at number 11.
Keep the energy safe. As for Sledge, it's a bomb!
In 10th place, we have the Sledgehammer. This one is really satisfying to use, but I can't rank it any higher because of how slow it is. So it goes at number 10 just based off of the stats alone. I'm not comfortable putting it any higher because it doesn't outclass any weapons above it. Not at all. But oh my god, is it fun to use. So it goes above the Mace, which I'm pretty sure it has the exact same swing speed as, and it's just a reskin of. But yeah, this is also one of the easiest ones to unlock. So it's really fun. I would just go unlock it. Just kill enemies with a triple packed melee weapon. It's really easy. Also, if you can pronounce the Pack-a-Punch name, I will heart your comment. I have no idea how to pronounce it. Please let me know. Thank you.
Bit of advice, try using knives next time. Works better for close encounters.
In 9th place, we have the default knife, the regular knife that you get at rank 13. It's really nice doing a weapon ranking video and not having to put the knife in last place. The knife in this game is pretty good, and considering it's the free option and also the cheapest to buy with COD points at 800 COD points, it's good. It's solid, it's fun, it's quick, it's the default knife. It's got an attach to the zombie knifing animation that is a little scary, but most all of the melee weapons have that except for the upper echelon top tier melee weapons, so I can't knock it too many points for that. It's not super slow. You have normal movement speed. Overall, I would say this is the most average knife. The spread of goodness, I guess, for this list is the middle of the list as far as effectiveness. All the ones above this aren't as different as the 3 below this, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, too bad.
This is what canes look like! So it's a candy cane!
In 8th place, we have the cane. I don't like this weapon at all, but I cannot deny that it is better than the knife. Statistically, it is better than the knife. I mean, I just can't argue with that. It swings a little faster. It doesn't tie you into an animation quite as much. It's just kind of a worse version of the one above it, much like the Mace and the Sledgehammer, that kind of relationship you got going on here too. It's okay. I will talk more about how it behaves more when I talk about the one above it, because they behave exactly the same, but I just don't like how this one looks. It doesn't have that much personality, doesn't have really that cool of an inspect animation. It's just kind of boring, but I can't deny that it is statistically better than all the ones below it.
Hot diggity dog. This place is magnificent.
In 7th place, we have the baseball bat. The baseball bat makes that super nice, like, crack noise that baseball bats make when you hit a baseball. You know the sound. If you don't know the baseball sound, go outside, please. This has the same, like, speed and everything as the knife. It might be a little bit faster, but it feels a little bit faster just by the nature of it's a baseball bat. It's really easy to maneuver, but it's really fun. And that crack noise when you're smacking zombies is just so satisfying. It may be almost statistically the same as the knife, just like a slight bit faster, but oh my gosh, that difference in just fun factor is just so good. And its Pack-a-Punch name, Brand Slammer, oh my god, that makes me want to go to Denny's. That's incredible. Like, just go get the baseball bat. It's really easy to get. You just have to kill enemies frozen by Frost Blast, which means activate it right before a horde runs into the area of the Frost Blast and just whack away. Pretty easy to get, not that hard. Or you can spend 1,000 COD points. I don't judge how you spend your money.
Good evac, Requiem.
In 6th place, we have the Battle Axe. Up here is where we get into the ones that have cool effects. All the ones below it are just kind of normal melee weapons, either slow or regular speed. Right here at 6th place is where things start getting a little bit saucy, okay? The Battle Axe can hit 2, very rarely 3 enemies at once, depending on how piled up the zombies are. I had it hit 3 zombies like 2 times while I was testing, but usually it can hit 2 enemies at once, which is fire, and that's really cool. And this thing's actually really fun to use. I don't think it's as fun as any of the ones above it, but it's okay. If this was like a fun factor list, it'd still be below the baseball bat, but it's more fun than it looks. It looks really bland and kind of boring, but it is actually fun to use, and it's really satisfying, and it's not as slow as it looks like it is. So I recommend actually getting this one, but I do want to note that the challenge to get it requires you to play Forsaken, and I hate that map. So good luck.
Funky ass, hot ass room I'm in. Is that the Grim Reaper?
In 5th place, we have the last weapon added in the life cycle of this game. It's the Scythe. And fun fact about the only bundle for this weapon, it originally had a Ravenov operator in it, and they just removed it for no reason. No reason at all. They just removed Ravenov, released the bundle without him, and lowered the price of it. There was some people that bought it, and I think it removed Ravenov from their inventory. Bell Treyarch, boo Treyarch in the comments. Treyarch, I didn't say that. If I suddenly become a big YouTuber, please still invite me to things. I didn't say this, but also comments, please boo Treyarch for that in the comments. This one has probably the easiest challenge out of any of these melee weapons to get. Kill 200 enemies during an insta-kill. That's easy. This thing is so fun. You can hit multiple enemies with it. It's really quick, really satisfying, and the noise that it makes, oh my gosh, so satisfying. I really recommend getting this, especially if you have the Ghostface operator. Hand in hand, perfect. Okay, Scythe goes in number 5. Barely cracks the top 5 because these top ones are just statistically better, but as far as fun factor, I would put this like top 3, easy. In 4th place, we have the Wakazashi, which is a short katana. The challenge for this one is tedious because it takes slightly longer than you think it will. You have to kill 150 enemies with a melee weapon while they're distracted by decoys or monkey bombs. Monkey bombs rarely drop and they're expensive to craft, and decoys last for like 5 seconds. They last shorter than you do. So this challenge just kind of aids. Honestly, if you spend the 1100 COD points to unlock this, I don't blame you. The challenge just kind of aids. And this thing is really worth it because it doesn't really lock you into an animation. Like, it still does an animation and like magnetizes you to the zombie, but it's easier to break out of, and it's really fast. And just this thing just melees really fast. It melees almost as fast as the top 2. They had to drop it for a very specific reason, and we'll talk about that when I talk about the 3rd place one. But the Wakazashi is really good, and it's annoying to unlock, but it's not like the most annoying. We talked about the most annoying one already, so yeah. Wakazashi goes to number 4. It's really good, really satisfying, and really stylish. I just wish it had a cooler inspect animation. In 3rd place, we have the hammer and sickle. This would have Ronald Reagan rolling in his grave if he saw this in a Call of Duty game. The reason I like this one is because you have choice. Yes, communism offers you choice here. You could swing the right one and you're locked into the animation if you want to like heat seek on the zombie if you like that, or you could swing the scythe on the left hand and there's no animation lock, it just swings in front of you. That choice is awesome, and this thing swings, both of them swing incredibly fast. It's not quite as fast as the two above it, but it's as fast as you're gonna get without it being like super OP as the top two are. So I really recommend getting this thing. The challenge for it takes forever, but it is not hard. You just have to destroy 12 of those secret ether orbs. You can look up the locations online, but there's a good Reddit thread about it. I'll leave it in the description if you want to unlock this. Also, it has a cool pack punch name, Hair of Strikers. I just like that name. I don't know what it means, but I like it. So yeah, hammer and sickle goes at number 3. Fits the game very well. I hope this comes back at some point. I don't know how well it would work in Black Ops 6, considering that game takes place in like the 90s, I think, but it's still cool. It's still epic. In second place, we have the Psy. I'm pretty sure Psy is just plural for Psy, but I also don't know because I'm not an expert. I've watched like 3 Ninja Turtles movies. That's all the knowledge I have on Psy, Psys, whatever the fuck. But when you pack a bunch of these, it becomes Psyku and Psynara, and that is, I love that. That's incredible. This one's also really easy to unlock, and it's one of the top 2 melee weapons in the game. So go unlock it. The weird caveat with this one is that it attacks twice as fast as all the other melee weapons, but it does half the damage. So you kind of got to trade off what damage you want. Most of the time, unless you're fighting heavy enemies like Megatons or the Mimic or like Manglers or something like that, it's not going to be a huge issue, the damage difference. But if you're in higher rounds or you're fighting the big guys, you're going to notice. But if you're just fighting regular zombies with this, it's not a huge deal at all. It doesn't matter remotely. I recommend the size for Outbreak because they're really fun in Outbreak because they make you jump higher and jump a little farther. I don't know why, kind of random. I'm assuming it's because they're like a ninja weapon, so they want to make you feel all ninja-y. But yeah, they're really cool. And if you want to pay to unlock these instead, they're only 1,000 COD points, which actually surprised me. And the maximum you can pay is 1,400 COD points. So they're not milking you dry with this one either, just milking you slightly. So I recommend picking these up. They're top 2 in the game, easy. They're really satisfying, really fun, and just you're gonna destroy everything with this, especially if you have the melee perk that lets you heal when you do damage with the size. You're gonna be good. In first place, we have literally a tactical spoon, the E tool. And I know what you're thinking. Why the fuck is a shovel the best melee weapon in this game? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. But 1, it's easy to unlock. You just have to kill 50 special enemies with melee weapons. You probably unlock this thing accidentally. That's how easy this challenge is. And it's the best melee weapon. You know why? It has no animation lock. You just swing it. It's fire. It swings fastest out of any of the melee weapons except for the size, but because this thing does regular damage and over time does more hits than the size do, it does more DPS. I don't know if that makes sense or if I explained that correctly, but anyone who's used these two knows what I'm talking about. The best thing about the E-tool is this thing turns you into Usain Bolt. It turns you into Sonic the Hedgehog. No, not quite Sonic the Hedgehog. It turns you into Shadow the Hedgehog. It turns you into Sonic the Hedgehog if you have stamina up though. This thing makes you so fast. What I said about the Psy using that for Outbreak, no. Use the E-tool because running around at Outbreak honestly aids sometimes. This makes it all the more easy. You run faster holding the E-tool than you do with the fists, which is insane, and it's just a free bonus speed boost. And it's the fastest DPS melee weapon in the game. What more do you want? It's also incredibly easy to unlock. It's got the whole package. It even has a cool pack punch name, the Ace of Spades. Not only is it cool on its own, it's a reference to Black Ops 3, which Black Ops 3 Glazers in the chat. I'm talking like I'm fucking streaming. I'm literally stupid. Black Ops 3 Glazers in my comments saying that Outbreak sucks. Shut up, because they reference Black Ops 3. You can't complain now. You can't complain now. That is pretty much going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned what melee weapons are actually worth getting. And I hope you guys, if you didn't know how to get these, I hope you learned like how to get these from this by me showing how to do it on the screen. And I felt like putting the amount that you can buy them for is important on there too, because I know some people, especially if you're buying Call of Duty, you're not looking to no life a game. You're just looking for something to like play and like chill out after work, which I guess is counter to looking up a video of ranking all the weapons. I mean, if you're looking up something like that, you're kind of hardcore into the game, but I don't know. I just thought it would be useful information, and it's not, but it's certainly interesting information, debatably. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you liked it, feel free to drop a like. If you disliked it, feel free to dislike it, but please do let me know why you disliked it in the comments so I can make my videos as good as possible. We do have channel memberships up on the channel if you have the means and desire to do so, but do not feel pressured, obviously. All the money that goes into the channel goes back into the channel just to make the videos and such better. So yeah, we do also have a Discord if you would like to chat LFG or complain about Resident Evil or Call of Duty with other residents. That is the place to do it. You can also submit hot takes and video ideas over there. We also have lots of herb-related emojis, which are very cool. But yeah, thank you very much for watching the video, and stay evil, my residents.